Hi there, friends, and welcome to Lalo Yoga and Wellness. I'm Laura, and I have a fun practice set up for you guys today. It's going to be all standing. So for those of you that don't like to be on the ground or maybe have some challenges getting up off the ground, that's what today's practice is all about. Let's get started. Start here at the top of our mat and just bring our hands to heart center. Even though we're standing, I still like to take a few moments to just get grounded in our space and really feel like I'm ready to focus just on my practice. So I like to bring the hands to heart, maybe close the eyes if that feels comfortable, and let yourself feel really grounded through the feet, thinking about the base of that big toe, pinky toe, and into the heel of each foot. Knees are just a little bit soft. Put a gentle squeeze in the glutes, pushing the hips forward just a little bit so we can lift up through the chest and bring the chin in just a little bit. We start to tune into our breath and just find that easy rise and fall of the chest. See if you can take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Really fill up the lungs and then slowly let that go. Give yourself one more deep breath here in this heart-centered mountain pose. And this time, sigh the breath out. It's that audible cue to your body that you're going to shift into something a little bit different. Let's take those arms and take a nice big deep breath up, sweep the arms high. Still have that gentle squeeze through the glutes as we lift the hands, turn the pinkies in, and come into volcano pose. Take a deep breath, really reach through those fingertips. As you exhale, cactus the arms, finding just a gentle back bend. Inhale and reach. Exhale, bring those hands back to heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep the hands out and up. Volcano, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the hands out and up. Cactus the arms. Inhale and reach. And bring the hands to heart center. Let's find our arrow mudra, lacing the last three fingers. Bring your pointer and your thumbs together and bring it right here to the middle of the chest. This time we're going to inhale and scoop down, then up. Find that little squeeze in the glutes again. Exhale, reach your right hand to the back, left hand to the front. Take your gaze over those back fingertips, working the hips toward the front. If it's more comfortable for your shoulders, you can bring those hands to heart center. You decide what feels best for you today. Inhale, sweep the right hand down, face front, pick up the left. Exhale, find that cactus. Inhale and reach. Exhale, reach the left hand back, right hand forward. Again, taking the gaze over those back fingertips. Arms are at shoulder line or elbows at shoulder line if the hands are at heart center, and working the hips toward the front. Inhale, sweep the left hand down, face front, pick up the right. Exhale. Inhale and reach. Exhale, twist right. Inhale and reach up into volcano. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, reach, cactus the arms. Inhale and reach. Exhale, hands coming to heart center. Take a breath. Just loosening up a little bit, getting a bit warmer. Find your arrow mudra. Inhale, scoop down and up. Exhale, release the hands, twist right. Inhale, sweep down and up. Cactus. Inhale. Twist to the left. Inhale, face front. Cactus those arms. Inhale, reach, find your arrow mudra. Exhale, and just lean out to your right side. Imagine lifting your rib cage on the left off of your hip, making the spine into that letter C. Inhale and reach high. Exhale. Take that half moon to the other side. Inhale and reach. Exhale. Bring that arrow mudra to heart center. Let's put that all together. Inhale, scoop down and up. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, sweep the arms high, volcano. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, sweep down and up. Exhale, hands to heart center, arrow mudra. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, crescent moon to your right. Inhale to the center. Exhale, crescent moon to your left. Inhale up to the center. Exhale, let the hands start to sweep down. Take a bend here at the knees. I'm going to reach for the opposite elbows and just find a rag doll. So you've got a generous bend at the knees here. Let your belly rest on your thighs and begin to allow your head to just hang. Letting gravity lengthen out your entire spine. You could even do this in a chair. Sometimes our back gets a little tight during the day. It's a great way to let that go. You can move this around if that feels good to you. Just kind of loosening up through the spine, through the low back. And then let's find some stillness here in the center. Allow your arms to just fall toward the floor. We're not putting any pressure in the hands here. Start to lengthen out through the legs. Find your edge here. That means you're looking for that deep stretch. It might feel a little intense, should not hurt though. Maybe you leave your hands on the floor. Maybe you bring your hands to the back of the calves and draw your chest a bit closer. You're looking right at your knees or maybe even through the legs toward the back of your mat. You can move the head around, taking it to yes, no, loosening up the neck. Now take all 10 fingers, place them on the front of your shins. Lift up through the upper body until that whole upper body is parallel to the floor in a halfway lift. Lengthen out through the spine here, particularly paying attention to the shoulders and the ears and finding some space in there. Let's take a deep breath, lengthen out. Exhale, release into your forward fold. Inhale, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Just allow those arms to dangle. Gentle squeeze through the glutes. Pull your shoulders all the way up to the ears. Roll them to the back. Slide the shoulder blades together and down. Nice strong mountain pose. Take a breath here. Inhale, pushing the hips back. Let's reach the hands forward to come into a chair pose. We want to make sure we have a little space between the feet, and we look down and make sure we can see the toes. If you can't quite see your toes, you might want to stand a little taller or shift your weight back slightly. This should feel like a defiant position. So gravity's trying to pull you down, and you're saying you're not going to push me down. That's what chair pose is all about. One more breath here. Let's pick up through the right foot and take about 2/3 of a step back. Angle that back foot about 45 degrees. So your right toe is pointing toward the upper right corner of your mat. You're going to scoop the hips forward, find that little squeeze in the glutes. Arrow Mudra. Lift the arms. Maybe find a little back bend. If that's feeling too extreme for your low back, you can just take your gaze straight ahead as we come into our Warrior One. One full breath in and out. Inhale. On your exhale, release your arms down alongside the body into airplane arms. We're going to lift those elbows just a bit higher than our upper back. Push off from that back foot to come into a Warrior Three. Let's focus on lifting the right leg as high as we can, more so than bringing the chest down lower. Let's take a big step back, plant those toes. Inhale, reach the hands high. Pivot your back foot as we open up across the chest, coming into Warrior Two. Let's align the front heel to the back arch. Your back foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Open through the chest, keeping that chest and hips right here in the center. Reaching the palms out, always an option. Hands to heart center, a little less pressure on your shoulders. Gazing out over the front fingertips. Play around with how your front knee feels. We want to see if we can push that left knee towards the left pinky toe, but that range of motion is going to be a little bit different based on your hips. We all have a little bit of difference there. One more breath in. As you exhale, straighten out the front leg. Reach forward and begin to come down toward the ground, resting the hand maybe on a shin. Maybe we use a block here. And we open the top arm right up toward the beautiful blue sky today. Maybe the gaze is up toward the top hand. Maybe you keep it straight ahead. Or maybe you're looking down towards the forward foot. Think about giving just a little bit of softness in your knee while we continue to maintain that open chest. This is a great place to use a block to give you a little bit more opportunity to open through the chest without worrying about supporting your lower body. Let's bend the front knee now. We're going to come back just for a moment into Warrior Two. Arms, bend the left arm, hinge once again, resting your forearm on your thigh, and again bringing the top hand high. If you want a little more openness through the ribs, see if you can take that right hand overhead for extended side angle. Inhale, reaching both hands high, pick up through the back foot and face the top of your mat. Your back heel stays off the ground, front knee is bent. Scoop your right hip under, come into that crescent lunge. Really opening again through the chest. Maybe turn those pinkies in slightly to help lengthen out the arms. Inhale, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, bend your back knee as you cactus the arms. Inhale and reach. 2 more times. Inhale and reach, push off from that back foot. Bring those feet together, returning to chair. Exhale, find your strong mountain pose and take a breath. Inhale, and on your exhale, sit back into your chair once again. Double check down there at the toes. Make sure they're still in sight. Find that defiance of spirit. Grounded, big toe, pinky toe, heels. Inhale, lifting up through the left leg. Take about that 2/3 of a step back. Pivot the foot to a 45. Scoop forward through your left hip. Bring the hands together in your Arrow Mudra for Warrior One. Front knee stays bent here. Both feet are flat on the ground. Opening the chest. One more inhale. And exhale, releasing the hands down, bend the back knee, push off, and come into your warrior three. Maybe you have a little wobble like me. That's okay. Wobbling is normal. Let's focus on lifting the left foot a little higher. And then we drop the left toes down onto the ground. Inhale, reach the hands high. Pivot the arms out and find your strong warrior two. Aligning the front heel to the back arch, adjust as you need to. Back foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. Open up through the hips. Hips and shoulders in the middle. Gazing over our front fingertips. Again, always an option. Hands here at heart center. Let those shoulders relax. Sink in. Lengthen out through that front leg. Reach forward through the right hand. Let's drop the right hand down to your block, your shin, maybe the floor, to come into triangle pose. Again, reaching the left shoulder toward the sky. Gaze maybe going up, forward, or down at the foot. Really focus on seeing if you can open that left shoulder just a little bit more. One more breath here. And on the exhale, return to warrior two just for a moment. Bend the front knee, bend the right forearm and just resting it here. Reach the left hand up high. Or again, if you want that extended side angle, perhaps opening up through the ribs just a bit more. You can always be reaching your bottom arm toward a block or the floor, if that feels better for you. One more breath here. Inhale, reaching both hands high this time. Pick up your left heel, pivot and face the front of the mat, coming into your crescent lunge. Left heel off the ground, scoop your hips forward, let your shoulder blades drop just a bit. Inhale, reach high through the fingers. Exhale, bend the back knee, crescent, and reach. Cactus rather, and dip. Inhale and reach. We have one more. Bend the back knee, push off, find your chair pose. Exhale, coming into your mountain pose. I want to give you a couple of options here as we head into a Savasana. So you can take your Savasana standing, or we can start to move it down to the floor. If you want to remain standing, first bring your hands to the waist, give yourself a twist to each side. Maybe kick up one foot into your hand, keeping the knees level and the hips level to release your legs. And then returning to your mountain pose, closing your eyes if that feels okay to you. Or if you prefer to take your Savasana as we traditionally do on the ground, but we don't want to use our hands to get down, find chair pose. Step back on one foot, then the other. Swing those legs out to the side. No hands needed. And roll yourself all the way down to your mat and allow the hands to come alongside the body. So at this point, you're either on the floor or you're in mountain pose. Let's just take a moment to go through our full body scan, relaxing through the scalp, across the eyes, smoothing out your face. All those little muscles around your jaw, and softening through the throat, the neck, right down into your shoulders, your arms, elbows, wrist, to your fingertips. Finding your long, slow breath. Just follow the rise and fall of your chest into your belly. Relaxing the hips right down to the knees, ankles, and toes. Please take as much time as you'd like in your Savasana. If you're ready for it, you can start to bring some movement back to your hands and your feet, slowly making your way back up to seated. A little bit of a release for the neck, chin to chest, ear to one side, chin comes back to the chest, and take the other ear to the other side. Bring that chin back to the chest. The eyes are closed. Start to blink them open. Let's take a nice big deep breath together. Hands coming back to heart center. May you have peace in your thoughts, kindness in your words, and hope in your hearts, from my heart to yours. Namaste.